Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you're watching. You're welcome once again to As a Matter of Fact YouTube channel with me, TJ. And today we are privileged that we're going to be talking about something really exclusive, but deserves the attention of every person, especially if you're in Uganda. Today we're going to talk about the forgotten Lubowa Hospital project. That's what we're going to be talking about today, and we understand that because it is a matter of health concern, so many people should be interested in knowing the information regarding this project, and this is what we're going to talk about today in our YouTube channel. So sit down, relax. If you can as well call a friend to tell them that we are here to talk about something very important, something of public interest. In March 2019, the Parliament of Uganda approved a request from the Ministry of Finance to issue a promissory note for the payment of $379 approximately million to Pinetti, who was meant to construct a specialized hospital in Lubowa, in Wakiso district. The project that was meant to spend 2 years, because according to Pinetti, she anticipated the project would be done in 2 years, that is around 2021. By 2022, when the Parliament of Uganda had an impromptu visit to the 20-acre land that was issued to Pinetti to construct this hospital, they were welcomed by just iron bars and the floor. In other words, not even 20% of the construction was done by the time the Parliament of Uganda, in a commission, through a commission to establish the development, the progress of the hospital, found out. They found out that literally not even 20% of the hospital was done. That was in 2022, around June. It was later found out that there were issues of corruption within this construction, where Pinetti had contracted Rocco to take on the project. But nothing was done. No procurement was done by Rocco at the time when the Parliament visited. This hospital that was going to cost, or that is still going to cost Uganda $379 million, up to date, 2023, has not gone anywhere. No progress can be seen in the hospital. And somehow, somewhere, people have forgotten about this project. We all remember that at one point, Rocco took Pinetti to court for having terminated their contract and issued it to a different developer in the name of, let me see, Misuse, which sounds to be a Chinese company. Money was released, and in the financial year of 2021 and 2022, about 348 billion Uganda shillings was issued to Pinetti for the same construction. But nothing has taken on, nothing has gone on. The construction is still at the same level as it was when the Parliament carried out an impromptu visit. Why has nothing been done? Or why is the project still not talk of the town? Because when you visit, when you try to look back at the writings, at the productions, people talking about this project, the last time approximately people were talking about it is around 2022, when the issues went to court, when it caused an outburst, and when this same Pinetti had appeared again in another contract issue to do with the coffee.
There's no consultant, no constructing firm. Now, FENASI is saying now they're using in-house support to build a complex structure. That's not possible. So we consider that place to be a crime scene. We consider that place to be a place of fraud. We are going to look at the documents and provide recommendations that the project should be stopped, and we use our own resources as a country. We also noted that this contract was signed in 2019, which should have been finished by 2020. But they took advantage of the provision of force majeure, which was in the contract, to keep on extending the project completion dates endlessly without any reason. Because I remember quite vividly that the president allowed everybody in the construction work during COVID time to continue with the work. So they could not have used COVID as an excuse. So now the dates have been extended severally from 2019, and they're looking at June 2024 as a completion date, 5 years beyond what was agreed. We believe so strongly that this company is a briefcase company without any solid financial backing, and they have just come here to dupe the country. The promissory note that we had given them, they should have used it to go to the bank and borrow money and do the construction work. But from the report that we have received from our own engineer, is that the bankers say they have problems with the company. So the bankers have not given them money. They are now coming to us to fund our own project. Yet in the $245 million contract sum, which they have put there, they included the financing cost, which means that we are going to pay them extra because of the cost of money which they would have paid from the money they would have borrowed from the bank. So how can you pay interest over your own money to somebody else? Isn't that one now theft?
So, but somewhere, somehow, people have forgotten about this project that was meant to benefit so many Ugandans, that was meant to stop Ugandans from seeking for specialized kind of treatment from abroad. Like the way we see when someone is really having a terminal illness that needs special attention, people are flown to Nairobi, people are flown to Turkey, others are flown to India, others are flown to UK. But here is a specialized hospital project that was meant to at least find a solution to this. But somewhere, somehow, it has ceased to be talked about, has ceased to be written about. Newspapers, TV stations, radios are no longer talking about this project. But so much money has been sunk into the project for Pineti to construct or to foresee the construction of this hospital. But nothing has been done. We should all remember that Pineti had said she would construct, through her company, the construction would take 2 years, that is up to 2021 from 2019, and she would manage the hospital for 6 years before it would be handed over to the government hospital. I want to believe that's why the government decided to do a promissory note of, giving the money to this investor to invest in an hospital. The right arrangement would be the investor gets money, invests in the hospital, and then runs it for a given time for her to get back her money before she hands it over to the government. But in this case, the government had to write a commissory note to the Ministry of Finance, to the Parliament, to be approved that large sums of money be given to Pineti through her company to construct the hospital. Leave alone all that, intricacies that are involved. But why is the hospital nowhere by now? Almost 5 years down the road. Or 4 years down the road. And why is why is the media not giving it attention? The Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Atwini, after the impromptu visit in 2022 to this hospital, decided to extend the contract, the time within which this hospital would be constructed and done up to 2024. But the question lingers that is this hospital really at the pace, at the level at which it is right now? Is this hospital going to be done by 2024? We all should remember that this hospital, the construction, the promissory note, the monies were all approved by Parliament, and they well knew that there was some sort of high pricing, there was some sort of inflated prices in this hospital construction, because a construction of a hospital on the same terms would approximately, in Uganda, would approximately take about $25 million. But this is a hospital that is meant to take $370+ million, but has failed to take off. There is no progress being done, and above all, Ugandans have forgotten about it. The way people woke up about the issue of the Entebbe International Airport, why are they not waking up to the issue of the Lubowa Specialized Hospital? According to one organization that keeps track of such things called the Transparent International, this organization had some findings, and among them is that the amount of money that was meant to be injected in this hospital would build a minimum of other number of hospitals. In other words, it was 16 times expensive compared to any other hospital in Uganda. But nevertheless, the construction has not taken on. That 20 acres of land are, some sort of a deserted place. Nothing has been going on, nothing has taken on, but Ugandans are silent about the project. Is it a question that Uganda doesn't need specialized kind of hospitals? Don't we want people from Burundi, South Sudan, DR Congo, and Kenya itself to come here for specialized attention than Ugandans going to their countries? Like the way we see people flying to India, people flying to UK, people flying to Nairobi for special attention. It is high time that the masses get to understand that they need to do thorough check and follow up of such kind of projects. The project is lying in limbo, the project has been forgotten, and yet it has consumed, and it is still consuming, if the payments are still to be made, a lot of money of approximately $379 million. The government and the Ministry of Finance defended the delays and, put them on COVID, because we all understand that from 2009 from 2019 up to 2021 there, we all had an issue of the COVID pandemic, which hit the country and the economy and the progress of projects. But what is the progress? What progress can be tracked since then up to date about this hospital? Is there anything going on? Can people be allowed to visit and see the progress of this hospital? Or we have slept, the project has slept, and in years, and even to the end of 2024, that was given to them, that the extension that was given to them, that there would still be no progress on this project. Let's wake up, let's follow up these projects, let's try to see if there is progress, because that's all that we need, that's all what people need to be able to understand that this hospital is going in a given direction and will hit the target that was given to them by the extension that was given to them in 2022. That's what we had for you today on As a Matter of Fact. We hope this information serves for the better of this community and this country and East Africa and Africa at large. Otherwise, from me to you, my name is DJ. Adios.